I love these. What are these?
How do you make money for nothing?
This is beautiful. Why are you getting rid of it?
The answer could be hiding in over 20 million tonnes of household waste thrown out by us every year.
It's a bit criminal to throw away stuff like this, isn't it?
That's why reclamation expert Jay Blades wants to get his hands on things before they hit the skip.
I've been a builder, I've been a philosophy student, and now I'm a furniture restorer. So I know more than most about transformations. I revamp the old and turn it into the new and sell it on for a profit.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers...
So what do you think?
he can transform his finds into desirable...
Boom, smashed it.
Valuable...
It's got real potential.
And hopefully saleable items.
You've just turned it into a work of art.
If Jay is successful, then he can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
£80?
What?
Yes.
Today we're in the Black Country, in the former leather capital of the world, Walsall. And down the local recycling centre, the spring cleaners, garden tidiers and rubbish removers come in their hordes. This is where restoration expert Jay loves to spend his days.
There's nothing I like more than a big hunk of junk, because there's definitely treasure to be found and profit to be made. You can see all these cars there. For me, this is just like going shopping.
Jay is combing these cars for 3 items that can be rejuvenated and sold for real money. But don't be tempted to go trawling at your local tip, because Jay has organised special permission to be here.
That's a cardigan, isn't it?
Step away from that cardigan.
No, it won't fit me, I don't think.
Nicely dodged, Jay. Kate's got something heavy in the back of her car, but does it spell potential for Jay?
Oh, hold on a minute, let me give you a hand. There we go. And I should introduce myself. I'm Jay.
I'm Kate.
All
You
right.
okay?
Yeah, so what are you up to with these doors?
Well, I've just bought my own house. And,
Oh, well done.
I'm just gutting it at the moment.
How old's the house? Because these doors look quite old.
About 1950s.
This isn't from inside, is it?
It's the old bathroom door.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
These old doors are all made of solid wood.
That's an internal door.
Yeah.
That's heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
With renovation the name of the game for Kate, these doors have got to go.
So you're going to open it all up? What, top and bottom is going to be
No,
open?
just the bottom. Just the bottom.
Just the bottom's going to be open plan.
Yeah.
So why don't you keep the doors that you got upstairs, man?
No, I want new doors. I want like modern doors. I don't like
But
them.
these are quite cool, man.
It is. It's just having the time to restore it.
If it's all right with you, I'll take these and I'll stay in contact. And if we transform it into something nice, I'll come along and show you.
Yeah,
all right?
great, yeah.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Oh, cool. Blimey, these are heavy, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's an open and shut case for item number 1. But is Kate happy to see her doors being nabbed?
I think it's exciting, the fact that you can try and restore them and try and reuse them again.
But reuse them as what?
Not sure, really. I couldn't think of anything to do with them, but maybe just repaint them.
Maybe, but I bet Jay's got bigger ideas.
They don't make them like these anymore. These are solid doors. So this is an internal door from the 1950s, another internal one, and then a little baby one. Really, really cute. Turning the internal doors into something has been done. It's kind of boring. But to turn a toilet door into something new and different, now, come on. I can't resist that.
Jay's pretty keen on his toilet door, but who's he lined up to turn it from lavvy to lavish? Say hello to Daniel Heath. Daniel is a designer who can turn his hand to just about anything. A wallpaper and textiles designer by trade, he produces everything from bespoke furniture to high-end furnishings.
For me, the creative process is in stages, really. So you
try and work around an idea, and you try and come up with a theme that you want to work around for your imagery. And then you might be trying to find solutions to problems. And then you'll sort of get this moment, this sort of eureka moment where you find that something's suddenly working, and you feel a lot happier about the time that you put in then. So, yeah, the process is quite up and down, really.
Daniel loves that eureka moment. But will this old loo door be a real stinker? So far, Jay's nabbed one item, only 2 to go.
I had that sinking feeling that was going to happen.
Very funny. Get back to work, Jay. What's all this in John's boot?
Wow, that's really nice. How you doing? I'm Jay.
Hello.
All right?
Pleased to meet you. Yeah.
So, obviously you're throwing this away.
Afraid so, yes.
Oh, I really like that. To me, it looks like a lathe. So, what's the history?
Well, it belongs to my father. He was quite a keen do-it-yourself guy.
Right.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's a multi-purpose woodworking tool, basically.
Right.
It's got a planer. That's a saw table.
Oh, wow, yeah, it is. Look, all right. And that's the lathe bit.
That's the lathe bit, yeah.
A lathe like this, used for smoothing and shaping wood, was built small enough for your DIY enthusiast to use at home.
Well, I remember it as a child, right back when I was a little toddler.
So how many, I don't mean to pry about your age, but how old do you think this is then?
Well, it's got to be over 50 years old. Wow. It's got to be.
Well, it still looks in good condition.
John's dad really looked after his lathe, and that's made it even harder for John to part with this bit of family history.
I was feeling really guilty coming down with this because it's still quite good. So
Well, you shouldn't feel guilty, because hopefully we should be able to transform this and turn it into something really nice.
that is such a better end for this than to end up over there.
Over there in the metal bin, yeah.
In the metal bin. I can go home now a lot happier now than I came down with the view of throwing it away.
That's a weight off John's shoulders. With a little help, Jay's taking away the rather heavy lathe. But does John have any thoughts on what could be done with it?
Well, it could be restored to what it was, or possibly the components could be taken off. I'd be really intrigued as to what actually ends up happening to it.
Yeah, me too, John. And Jay certainly has lathe love.
Everything is in working order. It's been really well looked after.
But can you actually turn a profit on it?
This reminds me of a programme I used to watch when I was growing up, Metal Mickey. Now, this is definitely Mickey gone wrong. But now it's up to us to turn this family heirloom into a modern-day gem.
Well, if you want a modern-day gem, there's only one man for the job. If it's old and rusty, you better believe that Guy Trench has tried to stick a bulb in it. Together with his band of happy helpers, Guy creates one-of-a-kind lighting that is guaranteed to brighten up any home.
I enjoy my work so much. Every day is different. I just can't sit still for a second. My mind is always buzzing and I'm looking around everywhere, whether it's a scrapyard, whether it's a skip. Oh, that'll do. Have that out of it. And then clean it up and turn it into something of really great use. Every day I'm creating something. I don't think no banker, no insurance person, no car salesman who's got a better job than I've got. It is a great thrill to turn something for nothing into something.
Guy gets a real kick out of his creations, but how will he feel about this old lathe? It's 2 down, 1 more to find, and this time it's an item for Jay to do up himself.
That's not one I would save. Definitely destined for the bin.
Danny and his granddad Tony have a car full of stuff. I bet you Jay's right on it.
How we doing?
All right.
My name's Jay.
Oh, yeah, Tony.
All right. Tony?
Yeah.
And you are?
Danny.
Danny. All right, Dan. So you're throwing away, obviously, this chair.
Yeah.
Why? Why are you throwing it away?
Well, we've had it years, and my wife says it's about time to get rid of it.
So how long have you had this, then?
Oh, 20 years. We had it from a motel that was being refurbished.
OK. Not Crossroads?
No.
That's showing me age there, isn't it?
Yeah, you are, Jay, just like this chair is.
Well, let's have a look at it.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Yeah.
Wow, how tiny is that? And it's got a big rip in it.
Wow. That's very, very retro. That's quite cool. So I'll just do a quick check for Granny's gold. Finders keepers, as they say.
Make sure you save some for me, Jay.
So if it's all right with you guys, could I take this and stay in contact with you and show you what we turn it into if we transform it into something?
Yeah.
That'd be all right?
Yeah.
Jay's bagged himself a little green chair, but what can be done with it? Tony?
Really, I haven't got any idea myself what he would do, but my wife's been on to me again really for years, so she'll be very amazed when we get back and tell her that it could be turned into something else.
This chair is definitely past its best, but Jay thinks there's life left in it.
So that is a gorgeous 1950s, I believe, cocktail chair. Or it could be the 1960s, but the shape of it, look at that. It's covered in the fabric of the time, which was kind of like a vinyl. It's a little bit dated. But I believe this is an easy transformation because it's a gorgeous gem.
I'll believe that when I see it. Jay's tracked down 3 very different items. First, Daniel will get this exciting toilet door. Guy will try to light up this lathe, and this odd little chair is for Jay. Good luck with that one, mate.
I really love that these guys have been so generous with their unwanted items. Now, all I've got to do is transform them and turn a profit. No pressure.
In Stratford, East London, Daniel is waiting for Jay to turn up with a weird and wonderful tip find.
Jay's on his way over. I hope he can bring me something that I can screen print onto. Be nice if it was something flat, not too much chopping things up and unscrewing things or welding this time. So, let's see.
Now, that's a workout. This old toilet door is going to have the transformation of its life. But first things first, Daniel needs to give me a hand with this. Hey, Daniel, how you doing, mate?
How you doing?
Good.
Well, he wanted flat, but a toilet door. Not so sure what he'll think of that.
Oh, wow. Cheers, Jay.
That's a door, isn't it? No, thank you. It's quite heavy, this is.
It's very sturdy, reassuringly heavy, I suppose.
Yeah. So this is the side that I believe has all of the character.
Yeah, very nice.
But that'd be quite hard to print on, do you think?
Yeah. It's got this kind of cladding on it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, once that's off, you're going to have the same amount of character, printable, obviously on the plank fronts, but without
the brace.
And without the toilet roll holder.
I quite like that. If we could potentially turn this into a table. Keep some of this kind of character here underneath the table.
Well, I think, the bracing's quite nice. Hopefully, when I, if I take that bit off the front side, it doesn't then fall to pieces. Yeah. It will, it'll be braced, and it should create quite a nice flat surface for a table. Yeah, so that could work really well.
Daniel's going to remove the front panel, sand it down, and then screen print his designs onto one side of the door to make a very unusual tabletop. But it's going to take hours, and as we all know, time is money.
So how much would all that cost?
It is a big piece. It's going to need a good couple of large screens to put the print onto it.
Yeah.
I think we're talking about 340.
340. I think 340 is good, and if we can, let's try and keep some of the original for me, please. Pretty please.
For a dining table, really?
Let's just see how that's going to pan out.
It's going to look really cool. Look.
Can we just see?
See, look, that's a deal.
Well, just in case any spillages on the dinner table. That's all right.
I've got some tissue here.
Yeah.
Jay's getting a little bogged down with that toilet roll holder. What does Daniel really think about the toilet door?
It's flat. Brilliant. Thanks, Jay. He had some pretty out there suggestions, I'm not going to lie. The only problem that I can see with this is that when I've taken the front piece off, I hope that there's not too many surprises behind there.
I'm really pleased that Daniel's accepted the challenge of turning that old toilet door into a cool contemporary table. With his fantastic designs, I know we're going to be serving up a profit.
It's £340 for Daniel to create a unique table, as long as it doesn't all fall apart when that front panel's removed. Not far from the Blackwater estuary, in a tucked-away barn near Malden, Guy has his workshop. He really loves a bit of rusty old metal. But will he be as keen on this old lathe that Jay saved from being scrapped?
Jay's probably a bit like a sort of scavenger. You know, he's at the coalface and he's digging around, he's looking for all different sort of things.
Got the last bit left in the boot, brought it to my main man, Guy. Now, Guy is the man that I believe will know what to do with this stuff.
I love working with metals, old metals that has got lots of rust and dents and knocks and bocks in it. I'm going to look forward to whatever he brings, because it's always a test for me. What can I actually do?
Guy.
Hi, Jay. How are you?
How you
nice
doing?
to see you.
All right?
Good to see you again.
I've got something here for you.
Ah.
What do you think?
This is a great lathe, probably a wood. It is a wood-turning lathe.
Yeah. I'm thinking light is what I'm thinking, but this is quite a lot to deal with.
There's lots of component parts on this that, yeah, we could turn that into a lamp, no problem at all. This is the motor. I think it's got quite a nice look to it. I think we're turning that into a wall light. You know, we've got the bracket at the back here. I can sort of see a light bulb coming out the top here, or something off the wall here and up the top.
Nice idea, but that motor looks kind of heavy to mount on a wall.
And it does weigh a ton, and I think it will pull someone's wall off.
We can't have that.
No, so I think what we'll do is we'll undo it here,
Yeah.
and inspect inside, remove the guts. Nobody's ever going to see that as a wall light.
No.
And we should make it a lot lighter.
Guy's going to rip the motor's stuffing out to make it a wall-mountable light. But what about the rest of the lathe?
For me, there's something about this that I really, really love. Is it possible that we can use that as the switch?
I definitely think so. We could somehow fix this into the bottom here. It looks part of the unit.
Yeah.
And it looks like you're going to turn it on and off from here.
Yeah.
But I think for simplicity's sake, we'll just have a little drawstring here, and we can just click it on, click it off.
I like.
And I think that'll just make it look a bit different, a bit special, and it'll be the only one in the world like this.
That's what I like to hear, because that means we can charge more.
We can definitely, you can definitely charge more.
You've brought me right on to the main question, which is the money one. How much is it going to cost me to have that and that turned into a light?
I think £140.
I'm happy with that. That's a fair price. Thank you, sir.
It's a done deal. But repurposing a lathe isn't going to be easy, even for Guy.
It's a real challenge. I mean, there's so many bits and pieces here one could create all sorts of things, different things with. But it's just getting the look right. And it's always, that's the challenging bit, is to make it look rather special and that somebody wants to buy.
I just love coming down to Guy's workshop. What we're going to produce is something really, really beautiful. What could be better?
That's £140 to build a one-off wall light. Sounds like an industrial mishmash to me. Good luck, Guy. Just northwest of Birmingham is Wolverhampton, home of 70s rock and Jay's workshop. As a captain of colour, he's got to come up with a plan to restyle this plasticky old chair into an appealing pew. How are you going to do that, Jay?
This mid-century cocktail chair has definitely seen its heyday, but now, a bit worse for wear. She's come to the right place to get this spruce up, a new dress, and also a lick of paint.
Oh, I didn't know chairs were female. This new upholstery dress will come from some of Jay's favourite fabrics, and he loves a bright colour.
That colour with that is going to be the main body. So, already you can see that's working. So this, for me, is the deal clincher. And instead of just being a normal button, this is going to be a pom-pom. But then, another element of surprise is what we put on the back.
Hang on, did he just say pom-pom?
Oh, that's mustard.
In Jay speak, mustard means hot. That's hot as in a shocking pink pom-pom sewn into a chair as a button. I definitely need to see this. After sanding down the chair legs, Jay's going to get them painted.
Better to be safe than sorry. Put a dust mask on. Very good shape.
Jay's plan is to spray one leg shocking pink to go with the pom-pom, and the rest of them he'll paint black. That is out there, Jay.
Now that's pretty in pink, isn't it?
If you say so, mate. Back in his studio, Jay's finishing painting the rest of the legs.
So now I'm waiting for that to dry. Can crack on with the pom-pom.
I've been waiting for this bit. He's actually got a special pom-pom maker. At primary school, didn't we just use a bit of cardboard?
So you just wrap it around.
Jay winds the wool tightly round the plastic arches on the pom-pom maker.
So you really just go for it, wrap it all on.
After some intense winding, he just has to snip that wool all the way round. Check out that pom-pom. And he's adding a string.
String goes in the middle.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
And there you have it.
It's a pink pom-pom.
So, with the pom-pom over there and the pink leg there, that's a pretty popping pink.
And to give the chair a professionally upholstered finish, Jay is taking it to his mate Linford.
Afternoon, Jay.
How we
nice to see
doing?
you again. How
You
you
good?
keeping? Where you picked this up from, Jay?
Warsaw.
Walsall.
Warsaw tip.
What's underneath it? Is it webbed? Oh,
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Linford will have to replace all the old padding to meet British fire safety standards. And to meet Jay's cool and trendy standard, he's going to cover the front of the chair with blue material and the back will be floral. And then there's the pom-pom. Enough said. Altogether on upholstery, material and paint, Jay's spending £210. Let's hope this isn't a multicoloured fabric fiasco. It's back to Stratford in London, where Daniel's about to start turning this toilet door into a table. First to go is the bog roll holder.
It's been many, many different colours, this door, over the years. So it looks like it's been blue, green, red.
This door's got a lot of history, but will it have any damage under the cladding on the other side? Now for the moment of truth.
There's a really nice colour underneath here.
Well, at least there are no holes in it. Daniel's using a heat gun to help scrape off some of the paint so he can reveal the surface that he'll be printing his designs onto. Oh, that looks quite satisfying.
I really like this pink. I might use this pink as the base colour. Next thing for me to do is work out a design to go onto this as well.
Influenced by a bit of Art Deco architecture, Daniel's going for a geometric design.
You know, this is a rough approximation at the moment, but pink is going to be more peachy and dusty.
Dusty pink. Lovely, Daniel. Once Daniel's decided on the pattern, he has to make a silk screen of the design and print it onto the wood.
I'm really going to get one hit at this. If I misprint it or print it wrong, then I'm going to have to sand the whole thing back again, and I'll lose some of those qualities that I really like in the piece. So, fingers crossed, I'll get it right first time. No pressure.
The pressure is most definitely on Daniel, because at this moment this is more dog's dinner than dinner table. Back in Malden, salvage specialist Guy is sizing up the job of turning this old lathe motor and industrial switch into a wall light with the help of his electrician pal Steve.
Right, so Steve, I'm thinking of having this as the top,
Right.
okay, and having this, the switch point here, because I think it's quite important. It's part of it, so it will
Right, and the whole
go
thing
up
is a
with-
wall light.
Yeah,
right, okay.
exactly.
I'm with you boys. Top plan.
There's a big sort of magnet in here, Steve, is there?
Yeah.
A motor, and there's a lot of weight
Lots
in
of
there.
copper and
Yeah, we need to get that out
magnets in there, yeah.
to make it lighter. Otherwise, it's going to be a strong wall to put it on. Jay's done as well. He's trying to test me, I think.
While Steve is off getting the electrical parts together, Guy gets on with the graft, cleaning the metal with wire wool.
I don't like taking too much off of the old character. You know, we just want to just shine up some of those little nuts and bolts. So now we're going to use a bit of our colour restorer.
This stuff takes off the top layer of paint, and so any scratches with it.
Here we can see the colours starting to come up a bit.
Lovely. Next to be cleaned up is this switch.
I'm just going to give this a tiny bit of beeswax. This is just going to liven this up a bit.
I thought beeswax was a wood polish. Who knew it does a great job on metal?
Right, you know, I think that's come up quite well.
Sparky Steve's up next to get the guts out of that motor.
We can be a little bit more destructive than normal, which is a relief.
Yeah, that should do the trick, Steve.
Yeah, this is why the motor's so heavy, because it has lots of copper wires. Yeah, we need to extract all that. Right, so it's...
Could we turn that into a lamp, Steve?
Not today.
I think Guy could turn just about anything into a lamp.
We're going to cut the bob out of that as well, so no waste at all.
For a pile of copper wire like this, he might get a couple of quid down his local scrapyard. Next, the lamp will need a mount to be hung on a wall, and Guy's got an old bit of scaffolding board. Perfect.
Let's have a look at that. Bob, do you know, I reckon that's not bad.
It still has to be wired up, so Steve has made a special tube with threading to fit the bulb and switch. Impressive work, Steve.
So we're just going to use some of this braided flex.
As a qualified electrician, Steve will make sure this lamp complies with UK safety standards. That looks like pretty clever work.
Just put another little bit of threaded tubing on that end, and that's how we're going to mount the electrical connection for the bulb.
While Steve fixes up the wiring, Guy's working on the wood mount. But will this lamp be good taste or industrial waste? While work on the other two items is well underway, in Wolverhampton, Jay is in his studio putting the final coat of paint on the chair legs. The old chair is back from upholsterer Linford with a brand new seat and cover. But for perfectionist Jay, the paint finish has to be immaculate. It looked like the party was most definitely over for this green vinyl cocktail chair, complete with a nasty rip. Now... it's been re-upholstered in striking modern fabric. Tactile blue velvet for the front and this lush flowery design on the back. And then there's the fabulous legs in black and pink. Signature Jay in every way. Finally, you cannot miss this pom-pom. It might have seemed like primary school fancy, but looking at it now, it looks gorgeous.
Linford's done a cracking job on this little cocktail chair. The chair, the fabric, it just works. The pom-pom has made it back into the mix, so this chair is definitely ready for a party. And I'm as happy as a bumblebee in the summer. And what do bumblebees love?
Flowers.
Look at that. Now that is just too much. And then there's more. Goes underneath the chair as well. All that's left to do with this one, take some pictures, get it online and get it sold. That's what's got to be done. So let's get cracking.
Before you can say fancy a cocktail, Jay is posting pictures online to try and land a buyer, not forgetting the pom-pom, of course. When Jay met Tony in Walsall, he was throwing out a burst chair.
I've had it years and my wife says about time to get rid of it.
He'd been given it for free 20 years ago.
We had it from a motel that was being refurbished.
OK, not Crossroads.
No.
Jay was a sucker for that kitsch quality.
That's very, very retro. That's quite cool.
After swapping green vinyl for some velvet and a pom-pom, Jay's pictures of the chair enticed a private buyer online. Now Jay's in Birmingham to tell Tony about the transformation of his chair.
There he is.
Hello, Jay.
How are we doing, Tony? You all right?
Hi, thanks, yeah. Nice to see
Good
you
on
again.
you. So, do you remember the chair that we picked up off of you at the Walsall dump?
I do,
Yeah?
yeah.
All right, well, we've managed to transform it. So I've got some pictures to show you. I think it's quite amazing what we've turned it into. So there's your green chair.
Brilliant.
It's got a lovely blue velvet all over it. And then there, we've got a lovely, lovely little pink pom-pom. That's the whole point of that. It's just to bring a smile and a bit of fun.
Yeah. Well, don't show it my wife. She might want you back.
Well, she'll have to argue with the buyer who's bought that, because we've managed to sell it, and we've got a bit of a profit. We've got £65
Brilliant.
to give to you.
Well,
Right.
Thank you very much.
Any ideas of what you might do with the money?
Well, yeah, I used to have 2 topiary teddy bears, which I'd nurtured for years.
Right, yeah.
And they diseased. So that will buy me a couple of bushes, I think, to
That you're going to grow and
start again.
you're going to make new teddy bears, is that right?
I hope so.
All right, well, I'll be around to see that. When they're
Right.
finished, let me know.
I will do.
All right, Tony.
Thanks very much,
You
Joe.
take care now.
Yeah,
All
nice
right?
to see you again.
Likewise.
Thank
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That former little green chair is one of my favourite transformations. And the £65 profit is going towards a topiary bear. I've never even heard of one of those. But you learn something new every day. Absolutely brilliant.
Jay spent £210 on the reupholstery and sprucing up of the chair. Then he sold it online for £275, leaving £65 profit for Tony to tidy up his topiary. Over in East London, Daniel's in his Stratford studio, where he's been silk screen printing onto an old door. And Jay's on his way over to see the results.
Jay bought me a really standard door. It was great to work with, a really, really flat piece. But I know that Jay was really concerned about the pattern that I had in mind to put onto it. I think I've done something that's subtle, but the scale is still striking. I think it's a contemporary piece that he's going to like.
I'm here to see Daniel, to pick up that old toilet door. Hopefully he's turned it into a cool table. Let's have a look.
This bog-standard old door was covered in decades of gloss paint. It even still had its loo roll holder. Now it's a sleek and sophisticated table with an original screen-printed design in white. Daniel's bold, clean shapes are inspired by modern architecture and carefully finished to show off the original wood grain underneath. Supported by thin white metal legs that clinch the geometric feel, this table looks so good you could eat your dinner off it.
How we doing, sir?
How you doing?
Oh, look what you've done.
You like?
More than like. That's... Oh. You know, like when you're little and you ask for something, you don't think you're going to get it, really, but then you do get it, and you got it, and it's like... You just want to go... You want to pop.
It turns out that underneath there were all sorts of colours of gloss paint, and it was really, really thick, but it all came off in one like cheese.
Cool.
And once we scraped it back, there was a sort of a pinky tone to the wood underneath, which was perfect, really. So I thought, well, let's take that back and do a white print on that to go with the legs. And yeah, it came up really nicely.
It's come up more than really... You're very modest, didn't you? Mate, you come up more than really nicely. Look at it, man. To me, that's a work of art. And this... Oh.
It's beautiful, but was it costly?
Next question is, did we come in on budget?
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah, this was fine. We printed this half, and then we turned the screen around and print the other half. So the printing and the sanding back was the main time, really, on that.
It used to be a toilet door. Now it's so much more. Could be an outdoor table, indoor office table, dinner table, homework table. inspirational table. Come, it's endless. I've got to be off. I've got to sell this before it ends up in my ass.
Brilliant.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers, Jay.
You take care.
Take care.
Jay's reaction to the table was absolutely amazing. So, yeah, I'm very pleased indeed.
Wow, now that is what I call a transformation. From an old toilet door, any doubts that I had of the geometric patterns that Daniel was going to put on there, he's blown them out of the water. I can definitely say I 100% love it.
Jay spotted Kate at the tip with some heavy wooden doors.
Oh, hold on a minute, let me give you a hand.
Jay was drawn to one door in particular.
It's the old bathroom door.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
For Kate, it was out with the old and in with the new.
It's a white block modern door. I don't like
But these are quite cool, man.
But she was chuffed they weren't going to waste.
I think it's exciting, the fact that you can try and restore them and try and reuse them again.
And Jay's done exactly that with Daniel's fabulous screen-printed table. Jay shared pictures of the table online and it sold to Sixth Link, a vintage and retro store in Shropshire. And the owner, River, is pretty impressed.
I absolutely love what Daniel's done with this toilet door. I can't believe he's created a fantastic table out of it. I absolutely love the geometric pattern he's created and the layers too. Such a great piece.
Jay is in Birmingham to catch up with Kate and to reveal what happened to her old toilet door.
Hello, Kate.
Oh, Jay, how's things?
How you doing? You all right?
Right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very good. How's the house coming along?
Oh, don't ask.
Is it slow?
Yeah, well, no, I'm getting there,
You're getting there, yeah?
Making progress.
Oh, bless you. Well, you remember the doors that you brought
Yeah,
to the...
yeah, I did. How can I forget?
And one of them was a toilet door, if I'm not mistaken, but you said it wasn't.
No, well, it wasn't, but it was used as a normal door inside the house, but...
OK.
Yeah.
Well, what I've done is I was able to transform it into...
Oh, wow. Oh, that looks really effective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That looks really good, doesn't it?
I'm pleased to tell you that I was able to sell it to a shop in Shropshire, and I have, for you, £50 profit.
Oh, thank you.
Right?
Yeah, right.
So any ideas of what you might do with the money?
Probably buy another door to replace that one.
Well, I might see you again down the recycling centre.
Yeah, great. Thanks for that, Jack.
All right, you
Really
take care, yeah?
appreciate it, yeah.
Bye.
See you later.
See you later.
Daniel spent £340 turning the toilet door into a stylish dining table. Jay sold it for an impressive £390, leaving a £50 profit for Kate. In his workshop, Guy is giving a final polish to his wall light as Jay is on his way to see what's happened to the old red lathe.
Well, when I got hold of the lathe, I thought, how can we turn this into a lamp? I decided to do just one part of the lathe. It's a bit off the wall, what I normally do, although it's a wall light. And I think Jay's going to like this when he comes to see it.
I'm delighted to be back here at Guy's. See what he's done with that lathe. But knowing him, it's going to be pretty amazing.
This once much-loved wood-turning lathe had outlived its usefulness. Now it's a unique wall light with the former lathe motor as the body of the lamp, and this original switch unit has a smart new chain pull to turn on the light. Guys shined up the original metal a bit, but not too much, so the history of this old tool lives on. He's mounted it on a piece of scaffolding board, which he's cleaned up to perfection to give this a gritty and industrial look. And he's topped it all off with a half-circle black shade that's perfect for any man cave.
How we doing, Guy? Wow. Oh, come on.
What do you think?
What do I think? I've got to take my hat off to you, sir. God blimey. This is amazing.
Isn't it? And we put this little ticker on here to turn it on and off.
No, seriously?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you, you've blown me away. I'm speechless. I really am. And to get me speechless is quite hard.
You can say that again, Jay.
Now,
It's amazing.
We've kept the wheels on here.
Yeah.
And put a light bulb on top and bump your uncle.
It's way past cool.
Thank you.
Jay is dazzled by Guy's creation. But there's also the unseen work inside the components that make this a working light.
Where is the wire? Is it going all the way
We've got
through
the wire
here?
at the back here, which then comes through. A little bit of engineering went on, but Steve, the electrician, magic chap, always gets it right.
To make and sell anything electrical, it must be worked on by a qualified electrician and conform to UK electrical safety regulations. This light is compliant, but is it within the £140 budget?
So, how did we do with the budget then?
Spot on.
Is it?
Yeah, spot on.
Whoa, well done. And that includes the lamp
Shades are always extra.
OK. How much?
And basically £30.
£30, yeah. You've done a brilliant transformation here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DJ. I hope you said it well.
I will do. I will do,
bye-bye.
definitely.
And I haven't seen so much excitement out of somebody for a long time. You really genuinely thought it was brilliant. So that's lovely.
He's only gone and done it again, hasn't he? It takes a certain skill to get components together in just the right way to go way past cool. I'm lost for words, but I know one thing. I'm loving it.
Back at the recycling centre, Jay met John, who was clearing out an old lathe.
Well, it belonged to my father. He was quite a keen do-it-yourself guy.
Right.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
John was finding it hard to chuck his dad's beloved tools.
I was feeling really guilty coming down with this because it's still quite good. So
Wait, you shouldn't feel guilty.
But Jay's offer to reuse it cheered John right up.
I can go home now a lot happier now than I came down with the view of throwing it away.
And happy you should be, as Guy's wall light is a beauty. Better still, it's sold to interiors specialists Museum Context in Edinburgh, and shop owner Andrew couldn't be happier.
It's really the sort of piece that I think fits beautifully in the shop and the collection here.
Now Jay has travelled to Aldridge in Walsall to show John what became of his dad's old lathe and hand over the profit.
Hello there.
How are you doing, John? You all right?
Yes.
Good to see you again. So, you remember the lathe that you bought to the recycle?
I do.
So, any ideas of what you thought we might have done with it?
I have no idea, and I'm so curious to find out.
Oh, bless you. Took it down to a person called Guy.
Yep.
And what he's done...
Oh, wow.
So, he turned it into a light.
That is amazing. I would never have thought you'd do that.
What do you think of it?
I'm sure if Prof Daddy's up there watching, he'd be pleased. You know, it's got a new life.
It's got a new life, and it's got a new owner. And I've got some profit for you. I've got £30 profit.
Wow.
For you.
Well, thank you. I'll put that to a good cause. My father was at Manor Hospital. I think I might see if they've got a benevolent fund or something like that. I might put it there, yeah, because I'll match it.
Thank you, sir. You take care now, John.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
That's fantastic.
Guy spent £170 creating the lamp. Jay sold it for an impressive £200, leaving John £30 to donate to charity in honour of his father. At Walsall Recycling Centre, Jay saved 3 items from the skip, transforming the ordinary to the extraordinary, the redundant into resplendent, and the unloved into lovable.
3 unwanted items that were heading for the skip have been revamped into stylish and cool pieces. Even better still, they're off to new homes.